Many of the issues my father has championed are not historically Republican priorities. Yet where Washington chooses sides, our president chooses common sense. Where politicians choose party, our president chooses people. Since the day he took the oath of office, I've watched my father take on the failed policies of the past and do what no leader has done before.
Donald Trump's favorite child, Ivanka, will do anything to stay in the family's good graces. On that line, though, about Donald Trump caring about Americans.
And you know, Elon, I love Elon Musk. Do we love him? I love him. And I'm constantly talking about electric cars, but I don't mean I'm against, I'm totally for them, but whatever the market says. And you know, so Elon endorsed me recently, the other day, actually. He's great. Elon Musk. He's a brilliant guy. Every time I call him, he's talking about, I got a new idea for a rocket. You have to hear this. But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month. A month.
Nothing says he cares about the poor than praising the rich because he needs the money to fund his campaign.
You know, we moved down to Washington. We want to be helpful. We want to do big things, important things. And there's nothing more important than enabling people.
Is it harder than you thought, though? Is it harder than you thought to stick to the things you want to do because of what keeps coming up, whether it's the Russia investigation or something else?
It is hard. And there's a level of viciousness that I was not expecting. I was not expecting the intensity of this experience.
Interesting. And why do you think that experience has been so vicious, Ivanka?
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. Who's number one with Hispanics? Trump.
Yes, you told us
Trump.
that earlier.
I want to build the wall. We need the wall. And Mexico will pay for the wall. But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. And then I watched this idiot Lindsey Graham on television today. I have such respect for women. I cherish women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
I'm going to take such good care of women's health care issues, you won't even believe it.
Maybe it's because of your father, for starters.
Americans today need an economy that permits people to rise again. A Trump presidency will turn the economy around and restore the great American tradition of giving each new generation hope for brighter opportunities than those of the generation that came before. In Donald Trump, you have a candidate who knows the difference between wanting something done and making it happen.
Interesting that Ivanka Trump says all of that. As the Post wrote, President Trump took office at the crest of the longest economic expansion in U.S. history. He leaves presiding over the worst labor market in modern U.S. history, as an already sputtering economic recovery has turned negative. How about when the 2020 summer protests took place?
On Twitter, Trump is blaming what's popularly known as cancel culture after a technical school in Kansas sided with student and faculty demands and shut down Ivanka Trump's virtual commencement speech in light of her father's response to George Floyd's death and his handling of nationwide protests and protests in Washington.
She took this route.
People think that you're going to be part of the administration, Ivanka.
I'm going to be a daughter, but I've said throughout the campaign that I'm very passionate about certain issues and that I want to fight for them. So, you know, there are a lot of things that I feel deeply strongly about, but not in a formal administrative capacity.
Another lie. And we all know why, of course. The money, baby. From Citizens for Ethics, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump reported between $172 million and $640 million in outside income while working in the White House, according to an analysis of financial disclosures by Crew.
Building, after all, is what he's done his whole life. He has admired and befriended construction workers on countless job sites. But it has been a new and profound experience for him and for me to see these stoic machinists and steelworkers come to him with a tear in their eye and thank him for being the only person willing to go to the mat for them, for their jobs, for their families, and for their futures. To the hardworking men and women across America and here tonight, you are the reason my father fights with all of his heart and all of his might. You are the reason he ran for president in the first place.
A funny story from America's unions. Former President Trump spent 4 years in office weakening unions and working people while pushing tax giveaways to the wealthiest among us. He stacked the courts with judges who want to roll back our rights on the job. He made us less safe at work. He gave big corporations free rein to lower wages and make it harder for workers to stand together in a union.
There's an extreme emphasis on what you're against. And there's so many areas where there's a total alignment, and I'm more interested in being for something than against something. So naturally, there are areas where there's disagreement. We're two different human beings. So I instead like to focus on areas where I can add positive value, where I can contribute to the agenda, policies around workforce development, about ensuring that barriers are removed for the American working family, policies that enable that family to thrive, focusing on how we can help our veterans and how we can really deliver them the care that they so need, focusing on issues relating to the really devastating opioid problem that we have in this country.
Are we just going to gloss over the fact that Trump supporters took part in an insurrection on the United States Capitol in an attempt to overthrow democracy for a fascist? That fascist, of course, being Ivanka's daddy. Don't let these fools gaslight you all.
To people all over America, I say, when you have my father in your corner, you will never again have to worry about being let down. He will fight for you all the time, all the way, every time.
Rick's father, Frank, has been farming here for 70 years, and his uncle Tom is a 60-year farming veteran. All three of them voted for Barack Obama twice for president. But 3 Novembers ago, they were among the many Pennsylvanians who helped decide a presidential election.
Frank, who did you vote for president in 2016?
Mr. Trump.
Rick?
Trump.
Mr. Trump. If the election were today, Frank, would you vote for Donald Trump?
No way. Couldn't happen.
No.
An increasing number of farmers nationwide are frustrated with the president's trade war with China and how his tariff decisions have affected their lives.
How big of a hit has that loss of the China market been to you?
It costs the farmers here $2 a bushel.
Is that a lot?
Yes, that's the profit. I think he's sort of backstabbing the main people who got him into office in the Midwest. All those Midwest states helped to vote him in, and also Pennsylvania. And he just left us down.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.